been trying to get to. Reasons women give for having an abortion underscore this. They have abortions because they understand the responsibilities, women understand the responsibilities of parenthood and family life. So they have an abortion. 3/4 women cite concern or for the responsibility to other individuals. That's their reason for having an abortion. 3/4 say they cannot afford the child. 3/4 say that they're having a baby would interfere with their work, school, or the ability to care for their other children or dependents. Half say they don't want to be a single parent or are having problems with their husband or partner. When you think about the pro-life movement, how many of these reasons do we address in the pro-life movement? And this is Alan Government, this is Planned Parenthood's data. This is the abortion industry. Yeah, not nearly enough. I mention this only to say that it's not just a political solution. Granted, we need to overturn Roe v. Wade, and granted, we need to reverse Roe, and granted, we need to have a new president. But those are political solutions. It's not one political issue here on why she's having an abortion. Not one. When Jesus caught the woman in the act of adultery, he just met her need, didn't he? Didn't he? He didn't ask her about the Pharisees or Sadducees or Herodians or about the mob that was going to stone her. He just met a need, told her to go and sin no more, and set her free. Oh my goodness, that'll preach. 51% of the women who have had abortions had used a contraceptive method, of whatever type of they're choosing, in the month they got pregnant. The abortion industry hands out birth control, but they hand out birth control at the very lowest quality they can find. Why would they do that? That's true, that's one reason, but what's a bigger reason? Pardon me? Yeah, absolutely. So, they look good. Here's some contraception. But they know as soon as she's using contraception, she's doing what? She's having sex. And with this contraception, that even if she takes it, it's not going to work very well. It's of the lower quality. What's going to happen? She's going to get pregnant, and then who's her friend? Planned Parenthood. Oh my goodness. Could that just be a coincidence? I don't think so. The rest of the report is really quite interesting. I want you to have this. This makes 2 copies of it. Love for you to take a look at the report. You can read Planned Parenthood, the abortion industry's data for yourself. You can see it for yourself. But from 1973, the stage was set. They already knew in 1973, for every 2 live births, there was going to be 1 abortion. They already knew that. Already. The same day, the Supreme Court came down with the decision. How did they know that? Because it's been planned for years. I have a DVD in the back called Alpha 21. Lori, hold it up so they can see it. You got it. It's my gift to this fellowship. Yeah, and if you just really want one, I can maybe spare a few more. But this DVD is a resource that we use exclusively in the Black. That DVD answers this question. Let me ask you. Does anybody in this room know why abortion exists at all? At all? Yeah, why did it even exist? Who thought abortion was a good idea? For what? What problem does abortion solve? I mean, is it really a health care concern? Women can't be free without, is that what's been holding women back? There's a reason why abortion exists at all in America. And if you don't understand why it even exists at all, why it's even here at all, you won't have a clue on how to end it. I recommend this highly. It's a 2-hour documentary. I've got like about a 5-second cameo in this. All of my friends are in this. I owe quite a bit to the producer, Mark Crutch, Life Dynamics. But this is my gift to the core fellowship here. You're welcome to have it. If you just got to have one of your own, I've got a few extra. I'd be happy to share that with you. But I warn you, you watch that, it'll change you. It'll change you. But it's a good lead-in for what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the impact of abortion on my community. I mentioned that, white America makes up 77% of the population. About half of that are women. And according to the Gut March Institute, 36% of all abortions, come from white women. So you got about a 1-to-1 ratio there, okay? But in my community, we're only at best at the top 14%. And yet 14% is responsible for, according to Alan Guttmacher, 30%.
That'd be 7%, right?
I can do better than that. When you consider childbearing age from 15 to 44, now we're talking about
3%.
responsible for 30. Could that be a coincidence?
So what is that, like, what ratio is that?
Yeah. Exactly. Let me keep going. I see my time is running. I want to show you 2 more videos that we use in the Black pro-life movement to sort of give you an idea of the impact abortion is having on my community personally. And this is where it gets very personal for me. So Lori, play number 1 and then epidemic. I'll play those 2 video clips. There's other clips that I have. The DVD, I'm leaving that here. A lot of things on that DVD. There's a third one to that number series, Numbers Don't Lie series, but it's also quite good. We make fun of the Alan Guttmacher Institute. There's my story. I was incarcerated for being pro-life. I was standing in front of an abortion clinic, holding up a sign that said, "God loves you and your baby, let us help you." And the city of Oakland actually created a law for me and made standing on a public sidewalk, holding up a sign, passing out literature, and having a conversation illegal. Once they created the law, they used it to arrest me, try me, convict me, and incarcerate me. Even with videotape evidence. Matter of fact, during my trial, I was playing the videotape on my website. It doesn't matter. The abortion industry is a very, very powerful entity. My story is on there as well if you're interested, and I can always come back and talk about that. There's nothing I can talk about. What is it like to be incarcerated? While I was incarcerated, 3 miracles with me in prison, live miracles. And then he had a conversation with me. I was feeling pretty down one day, and I was not happy with God. And he said 4 things to me. I talk about 3 for the most part. And I can always come back and talk about those things if you would like me to. But those are things that I'll never, ever forget. But for tonight, for the time that I have tonight, I'm going to answer a question for you. I'm going to tell you why I'm pro-life. I'm going to tell you why I'm pro-life. And this is a question I get a lot. It's another one of those questions. They'll hear me make a presentation. I was in Washington, D.C., and I was in the halls of Congress, and we were talking about abortion. And I was talking about abortion from an economic standpoint, which is a whole nother ball game. We'll talk about that one day, too. And afterwards, the media all come over, and they go, "Oh, Walt, the economics, how we never knew that before. Great, great, great." But one of the reporters looked at me, and he says, why are you pro-life? I said, well, that's easy. You know, yeah, I told you about the Guttmacher Institute. They said it was 30, but the CDC says the Guttmacher Institute is wrong. The CDC says it's 35%, not 30. Okay. And you need to know this about the CDC. The CDC numbers don't include the gross numbers from the state that has more abortions than any other state in the union. You know what state that is? Yeah, who said? Yeah, California. California, more abortions are performed in California than any other state in the union. And they don't include those numbers because California legally does not have to report that. Well, we vote for them. We put them in office, and they go to work. We voted for it. We do it all the time. They legally don't have to. They can take the money from the government and not have to share that. But they choose not to, and they do. And that's not the only reporting agency. California is the only state that doesn't report. This is like about 3 or 4, maybe 5 states that don't have to report. And they just choose not to report. And even with the biggest state in the union in terms of gross numbers of abortions performed, the Guttmacher Institute says 30, but the CDC says it's 35. So you're talking about 14% responsible between 30 and 35% of all abortions in the United States of America. And just as we were talking about, black women, well, half of us are women, so now we're looking at about 7%. And if we're going to get right down to it, if you include childbearing age, now we're 15 to 44. Now we're talking about 3% responsible for 30 to 35% of all abortions in the United States of America. And that's just in my neighborhood. Oh my goodness. I told the reporter, that's why I'm pro-life. He said, oh, Mr. Hoye, I didn't know that. Oh, that's new data. Unbelievable. You were just talking about the economics of it all, and I was. I was talking about gross national products and all that kind of stuff in relationship to abortion. But man, I didn't know this, man. Oh my goodness, 14% responsible for 35%. I didn't know. He's writing it all down in his pad. And so I'm thinking I'm done with him. There's others to talk to. He says, no, wait. I said, what? He says, I appreciate what you told me, but I still want to know, why are you pro-life? I said, well, maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't understand that we have fallen as a